and gentlemen, welcome to episode 6 of The Top Stories. I'm Uzma, an ambition and unambiguity coach, a certified academic English instructor, and a published author living in the UAE.
Good afternoon from a coach in Cape Town in South Africa. I'm Sonai Swanepoel. I'm a self-awareness and growth coach at One Life Coaching, an entrepreneur and published author.
So, Sune, how has your past week been? What did you do? What all happened?
Visma, I'm great. I am very busy, but I'm too blessed to be stressed. I went shopping the other day and I noticed that people seem to be very stressed, even though we are in the middle of the December holidays. I suppose it can be attributed to COVID and the effects of COVID on the economy, lockdowns, and so forth. But how are you doing?
Well, New Year is just around the corner and there is so much to do, regular stuff plus the festive preparations. Gosh, it's during times like these do we realize how much time our regular work actually takes up in our day.
Yeah, and that leads to a lot of stress. I think we underestimate the effect that stress and not taking a break from daily routines and worries can have on our lives, on our health. Some studies indicate that life expectancy is influenced negatively by heavy stress. By not taking note of this, people might neglect to look at ways to manage said stress. From my point of view, I believe that stress is a waste of time. We cannot have faith and worry or stress at the same time. For me, it is one or the other.
Logically, stress doesn't make sense at all. I agree with you because most of the time we stress about things that we have absolutely no control over. What if this happens? What if that goes wrong? These what ifs are never ending and beyond our managing power. We all know that stress has detrimental effects on our health, our over a prolonged period of time. It can cause diabetes, high blood pressure, autoimmune diseases, and even cancer. But these are long-term effects of stress, and we barely ever discuss the immediate imbalance that stress causes. The overproduction of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline cause an elevated heart rate, alteration of responses of our immune system, anxiety, suppression of our digestive system.
The reality is that many people do suffer from stress and need to find ways to manage their stress. Managing your stress will enable you to elevate your work, your health, and relationships. Some steps that can help to manage stress and maintain a healthy emotional state includes exercise, which will help to reduce stress by releasing endorphins in your brain, which is the same chemicals that are released when you are happy or joyful. Eating foods that will reduce stress levels, improve immunity, and even improve your mood. Enough sleep is of the utmost importance to improve mental capacity and performance. Listening to your body to notice what causes your stress will enable you to then pay attention to those areas of your life. Connecting with people who you love and whom you can turn to in times of stress to ask for help. Connecting with a coach can also be very powerful to get to the root of your stress and finding ways of dealing with your stress. And lastly, but definitely not the least, going to the beach. But for me, it's just fun. It's not stress.
Yeah, beaches are the best places to relax, reflect, and have a conversation with about anyone. But if you do not have one around where you live, you can always try smiling for a couple of minutes, several times a day. Initially, of course, it will feel forced, but this helps in allowing your hormones to return back to their normal levels. Mindfulness is another trick. Practice some mindfulness and deep breathing. Mindfulness is nothing but focusing on the task at hand. So, say for example, you're eating. Eat while you experience the process of eating, the smell of your food, what it looks like, the texture and taste. Savor every bite. This is just one example of mindfulness. You can deep breathe and focus on your breathing. You can basically do this with any of the monotonous chores like chopping vegetables, looking outside the window, enjoying a cup of tea. It's all about being mindful in the moment. And exercising is another sure short way to beat stress. I'm glad we both strongly agree, Sune. It can be coupled with mindfulness, and voila, you have a double whammy hammer to beat stress with. And the endorphin release post workout will feel like a breeze of air from the beach. I'm sure you agree.
I do. But I also believe that prevention is better than cure. So rather learn to manage your stress before it gets to the point of no return. A few things that you can do to help with this is to accept that there are events that you cannot control. Learn to manage your time more effectively. Learn to set boundaries and stick to your guns. Make time for yourself and what you enjoy. And a very important one to me, live a life filled with gratitude.
In case you're still stressed about stress, then drop us a line and we can talk some more.
Yes, find us on Facebook and Instagram. Subscribe to our podcast and to our YouTube channels. And that way you won't miss out on any more informative topics like this.
And next week, we look at anger in the face. For now, this is us, Uzma,
And Sunay,
wishing you a lovely weekend and week ahead. Until then, Zen mode on.